Hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. We'll hopefully get a few more people on here, but the purpose of our webinars is mainly to present this information, and then we'll, have some comments, and we'll have some time for some discussion at the end. But for the most part, I'll go ahead and get started. I welcome you guys to take notes, write down your questions or comments, and then we can get to those after the presentation. And I don't mind also pausing, during the presentation, and if someone wants to make a comment, that's fine. It's supposed to be interactive, and I would really prefer it to be interactive, more like a group. But I'll go ahead and get started. So my name is John Oberly. I'm a therapist with Doya Natsu in Fort Washakie, Wyoming. And of course, we used to be called Eastern Shoshone Recovery. We changed our name, and we're sort of in the process of changing some of the things about what we do. We're focused on substance use counseling and treatment, and also, we do have mental health services, and that's a part of our program. And then we also offer a bunch of other programs that I'll talk about here today. But August is Wellness Month, and I really wanted to take this time just to focus a little bit more about what's happening on the res, and see if we can come up with some ideas about maybe what's needed, and maybe some next steps on where to go from here. So first of all, and this is a question I'd like to kind of throw out there for people, and you're welcome to share your thoughts. So, in your mind and in your experience, how would you define that term, wellness? What does that mean to you? And we can just start with that if anyone wants to comment on that. And if not, that's fine. We can talk a little bit here about what wellness means from our perspective. So, in our perspective, I think that we have an idea of what it means to be well. And of course, our focus is using the medicine wheel. And this is the Shoshone medicine wheel, Eastern Shoshone, and the colors are unique to us. So we have yellow in the east, red in the south, blue in the west, and then we have a green in the north, and that's kind of based on some information that we've been developing through the culture class at the center. And so this is our medicine wheel, and so we use this in our check-ins, and we also use it in our curriculum that we're developing, and helps us to kind of build on this foundation of health and wellness. And it starts really in the emotional, in the area of emotional health. It all works together. It's all interconnected, but the east is represents sunrise, and of course, we're oriented to the east in our ceremonies, in our uh, morning prayer starts in the east. Um, and so we're really oriented to begin the day in the east and bless ourselves with the sunrise. And um, and so being emotionally healthy, which is represented by the east, um, kind of corresponds with stage of life and time of life that it's representing symbolically. We start in the east with the baby, and really the baby communicates through emotions, and that's really the only way we would know sometimes that our baby is hungry is if they cry. Um, it's the only time we might know that the baby is tired is if they cry, and their other needs are met through their cry, and then we answer their call and give them what they need, and whether that's a diaper change or a bottle or to breastfeed the baby and get its nourishment. Um, so really, emotional health, begins in infancy, and we learn to control our emotions, and that's sort of a lot of times that's sort of a lifelong long task for us to learn to manage our emotions. Um, and then we move on to the south, and in the south is symbolically that's where we put physical health, um, and it corresponds with youth as a stage of life, youth and adolescence, and really. A lot of us can look back and reflect, and um, a lot of times that's the time when we felt most physically healthy, and especially if we're in a program, sports, or that develops that, then we can really reach a lot of goals with our health, and that's a pretty important time of life when we're most physically strong, um, and then of course that's when we're at our peak a lot of times. So being physically healthy, and that means a lot. So there's diet, there's um, getting physical checkups, medical checkups, and medical ranging from um, our internal organs and our skin care, and could also mean dental care and dental hygiene, as well as our vision, and really all aspects of our physical health. Um, and we sort of learn and are taught to treat our body as a temple, and really to take care of this body, because it's the only body we're ever going to have here on Earth, and and it's pretty important that we take care of it. Um, and we learned that a lot of us learned that the hard way, but there's always the chance to do better, and to try to reverse things once they get started towards unhealthy way of life, and we get the warning signs all along a lot of times. So and the next area there is mental health, and that's represented there in the west direction. And really, the reason we put that there is because in the evening and when things are settling down, that's a real time of reflection, and what we call introspection is really looking within, and it's time to do a check on ourselves and sort of analyze our day and see how we did, and then we can make a decision to do better, um, or to forgive ourselves or forgive other people, and um, and that's really important. Mental health ranges, from uh, all 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 different types of uh, levels of health, and we're talking about depression, anxiety, trauma, all of these things that we need to take care of, and it looks at our habits and our what motivates our behaviors, our thoughts, and it's really important to understand our thinking and to do our best to be stable, and to make sure that we're not having distorted thoughts, and that's leading us in a negative direction or a pessimistic direction. And so having a healthy mindset and having a healthy outlook on life is really important to our overall health. And then and that takes us to the north and the spiritual direction, um, and it's really important that we balance our life with also a spiritual uh, path. And for a lot of us, that's engaging in our tribal traditions and our families' uh, tradition, our family way of going about it, and it's different. Basically, it's different in every family, but a lot of times we have similarities, and we have core beliefs that we share with our natives, and share with our fellow natives, and our fellow tribal members. But a lot of times, there are other paths and other spiritual ways that people go, and and so it's important to have some understanding of this, and how important it is to our health and to our balancing ourselves out. So that's really a look at the basic foundation of our program, and we really try our best to follow this, um, and use the medicine wheel to our advantage. So, kind of stepping back here, uh, so we do understand, that we have these four critical areas: emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual. But we also understand that that's not all of life, and so we have to fill in those other aspects of life, and these are the top aspects of life that are broken down, um, and it really it paints a pretty good picture of life in general. So, and I tried to order these in a way that made sense, but I'll start there with relationships. So it's really important that we have healthy relationships, and these could be from our family, um, our careers, and the educational path we choose. Um, it's important to express ourselves through creativity, to have healthy financial practices, to help people and be charitable, um, to engage in recreation, and find hobbies and these interests that we have, and really these things we might continue to engage in our whole lives, um, and that could could even mean over on the left, community involvement, um, our domestic life, our home life, um, how we parent our children, and how we treat our family members, and then our own personal development and self care. Um, so, kind of getting back here to the purpose of this presentation, um, these are some of the primary things that we have to offer at Doya Natsu. These are some of our activities and events that we do year round. So we do sponsor a youth powwow the day before the Shoshone Indian Days powwow, and on a Thursday, and it's basically a small contest powwow for the kids, but we do welcome adult dancers, and all the drum groups get to have a night to warm up also. So and let's see here. So we're going to have also a sobriety powwow coming up in September. I don't have the date right offhand, but I believe it's on the 21st, Saturday. Um, Hopefully, weather permitting, it'll be a good turnout there. Um, we have runs and walks throughout the year. We offer horse culture in the summertime, and that's really a time for uh, family and youth to get out and ride horses and learn a little bit about horsemanship, and with some of our um, families that help to bring the horses in and help us with that. Um, we do have gonas also kind of throughout the year. A gona is one of the best practices of SAMHSA, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Agency, governmental agency. And Agona is stands for a gathering of Native Americans, but um, we have some help with the Wellness Institute and some of the presenters that help us with the Gonas, and then we ourselves are learning to be trained in this to facilitate the Gonas and help bring in our presenters and our specialists. So we do have a couple of regular people that we work with. One is Theta Newbreast, and she comes in and helps us run the Gonas and teaches us and guides us and gives us a lot of help and support through her wisdom and her way of presenting materials in a good way. So, and then we also have Marcus Red Thunder, who helps us out a lot with our social media, our podcasting, and helps me with the webinars and to manage our website. And then he also is the Agona facilitator. So we have other people that come in to do other similar trainings. And then, of course, we have some health fair activity that we engage in whenever there's a tribal health fair or other health fair in town, in Lander or Riverton. And then we get the chance to do outreach and set up a table or booth to represent our program there. We also have elders conference and women's conference that we've had and hosted, and I put a little question mark there for the men. It seemed like we haven't really gotten that together, but that's hopefully going to be something that we are going to do. and I would really like to help with that. So um, let's see, we've got gardening. We do have one of the garden uh, domes there at the center, and people are welcome to come and help. We always need help weeding that thing, and weeds seem to grow a little faster than the vegetables we're trying to grow in there, but that that happens. They really take off in that under that condition. So I know we just had cedar gathering and uh, other natural native food gathering that we do that I've been a part of, where we go out and find natural foods and natural native um, like wild onions and things of that nature. Um, and then cooking classes and of course we do have the Tuesday language and culture class at the center. And all of these things, that we do offer, and I'm sure I'm missing some stuff, um, is a chance for our clients to engage in pro-social activities, healthy, sober activities, but also to get credit towards their treatment hours. And and some of the things that we do are also going to be part of this. So we also offer these alternative and native therapies. Smudging is a regular part of our um, talking circles and events that we do. And this gentleman here is smudging himself. Looks like he's sneezing or blowing his nose or something, but he's actually smudging himself. And so let's see here. And then we have a sweat lodge represented there. And we do offer community sweat, women's sweat, and youth sweats throughout the year, and once a month at least for those things. And then on certain occasions, we also do other specialty sweats if they're asked for, especially by families in need, or also for special events like the native, I mean, not native, Native Veterans Recognition Day, um, and so we do offer that throughout the year. So one of the things I thought of when I put this together is trying to find out who does what, and a lot of times that's if we're not in the right place at the right time, or we're not connected, or we just don't know where to find the information, um, we overlook things, and so I thought I'd start off and sort of highlight some of the things that happening right in our area there. So right, Tribal Health offers a variety of events. They do have upcoming on September 8th. They're going to have a Grandparents' Day or celebration, and I'm sure that's going to include um, booths that they disseminate information, and also health-related items that they give away, and to help people. Um, they also will be, I'm sure, providing a meal for that, and really to hopefully honor some elders with the gifts, I'm sure. Um, they have on their website, they have some tips that are just posted on their Facebook page, and So they do offer some information about warning people, hey, school is starting. This is, how we should be on the lookout for kids and school buses, um, and then also other safety tips. Um, let's see here. They have just sort of a variety of information about health-related issues. Like, for example, August is Psoriasis Awareness Month, and I didn't know that until I looked on their website. Um, and they do offer tips on stress management. Um, and of course, stress is one of those mental health issues that can lead to a lot of physical health and medical issues. I know it can increase your blood sugar, glucose. Can also lead to muscle tension and headaches. So, it definitely has an impact on your physical health and wellness. They also have the zone at the tribal health, which is exercise place to exercise, a gym, and they do have classes and some things that they do, some training, and you can find that there and more information on their website. So Eastern Shoshone Tribal Health. I did get also some information. I requested a couple of these programs to participate. And that's fine. They weren't able to make it, but I so I basically got this information through the websites, and I'm also interested, and I think it's important that we support all programs that are benefiting residents of the reservation. And White Buffalo is really one of those important entities out there that serves a lot of our tribal residents, and also their location is more on the Riverton side of the reservation, and Ethity. So, but they offer a variety of classes. They do have mental health first aid training for youth and adults. They offer a class called Mending Broken Hearts, which is a curriculum from time to time. And those are usually 2 or 3 day trainings for people. They do have also upcoming sobriety campout. That's going to be September 13th through 15th. And then throughout the week, every weekday, they do have classes and groups similar to Doya Natsu. They offer IOP level classes for substance use treatment. They also have AAs and another a type of group, codependency, and the group is called Codependent No More, that they offer in Riverton on Wednesdays. So they also do host Community Sweat first Saturday of every month, and have a grief and loss support group. And it's really important, I think, for us to just acknowledge, that they are an entity and an option for people for treatment. And, you know, people need to get help wherever they can, and whatever's closest and most available to them. Also, with regard to their schedules, and travel and the proximity to their home, and so you know, I think it really behooves us to support each other, and also to recognize the work that they're doing, and just I think that's the way to go, is to not be adversarial, but to be supportive, and in the end, it's going to benefit our people and the residents of the reservation. So there's a few other entities I listed there: Fremont Counseling in Lander. Some of our people do live in Lander and closer to Lander, and so they might access those services, and also benefit from their events and activities that they offer. And then I just listed the other entities that are in the area that I could think of. Of course, Boys and Girls Club, BGC, they do offer a lot of activities for youth, and I know that they do things like take kids swimming in the summer. They also take kids to the movies and on other trips. Um, and so these are some of the things that we some of the entities that we need to think about, and maybe look into what they offer. So I put this together, just what is it that what is missing? What do we need on the reservation? And there's all these activities we can think of, that some of these things we do have, right? We do have um, places to ride our bikes, but it would be nice if we had like actual trail that we could build and maintain, um, and a place to take our bikes that would be a safe place, without being chased by a dog, or um, or run into people that are intoxicated, or um, out there doing bad things. So it would be nice to just have the space designated, um, such as a mountain bike trail. Um, and then there's all kinds of activities on here. Rock climbing, it's good to have indoor rock climbing wall, and that would be nice if we had that offered at one of the gyms. Um, and so let's see here. I kind of want to stop here and kind of open it up to discussion. And I believe this is my last slide here. Yep, my last slide. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut down the recording. And thank you guys for attending today. And I'll go ahead and stop this here.